All right, so here is number 7. It says, for the following, find the degree and behavior zeros with multiplicity and the y-intercept, then sketch a graph. Okay, so for this one, the degree is the highest exponent that you see, which is going to be a 3. The end behavior, so I'll call this EB for end behavior. So because the degree is odd, and your leading coefficient is a 1, which is positive. So odd positive is going to give us down, up, okay? And then what else does it want? It wants zeros with multiplicities and the y-intercept. Let's find the y-intercept first. So the y-intercept means that you're just going to let x equal 0. So if x equals 0, you're going to get that y equals -3. So you guys look, all of these, if you make them 0, they just disappear. So it's all gone. So y equals -3. Okay, now for the zeros with multiplicities, I have to actually solve this thing. So let's go ahead and do that on the side here. So I'm going to have 0 equals x cubed plus 3x squared minus x minus 3. Hopefully this thing groups. So if I pull out an x squared, I'm going to get an x plus 3 minus an x plus 3. And then I have 0 equals, it's going to be x squared minus 1 if I take the x plus 3 out of both, times x plus 3. Okay, now setting these guys equal to 0, that's going to give me that x equals -3. And then I'm going to get that x squared equals 1, which is going to give me x equals plus or minus 1. So what are my zeros here? I have a -3 with a multiplicity 1. I have a 1 with a multiplicity 1, and I have a -1 with a multiplicity 1. I'll put those in parentheses. Okay, so what does that mean? Because the multiplicity is odd, that means you're going to go through, right? No bouncing on this one. Okay, so let's put those zeros on there first. So I have a 0 at -3, I have a 0 at -1, and I have a 0 at 1. Kind of squished together. Let's make it a little bit bigger so we can see it a little bit better. Okay, what's my end behavior? My end behavior is down, up, and they're all going to go through. Oh, let's put in our y-intercept too. Our y-intercept is -3, which is right there. Okay, so what's this going to look like? If I'm starting from below, because it goes down first, right? It has to go through, has to turn back around, going to go through your y-intercept, and then has to go through. So something like that. Okay. All right, let's look at number 8. Okay, this one's easier in a sense because it's already factored for you. Please do not unfactor it by foiling. That would be awful. Okay, so what do I need? I need the degree. So how do I calculate the degree? I need to look at all my little exponents here, right? Oop, what's that last one? There's nothing there, so that's kind of like a 1. So if I add those up, that's going to be 2 plus 3 plus 1, which is 6. And 6 is even, okay? And then my leading coefficient is going to be a 1, because you guys look, I have a 1 there, a 1 there, and a 1 there. So 1 times 1 times 1 is still going to be 1, okay? And this is a positive number, so I have even positive. So for my end behavior, it's going to be up, up. Okay, then I need my y-intercept. Okay, so let's let the x equal 0. So it's going to be y equals 0 squared times 0 minus 1 cubed times 0 plus 3 to the first. Okay, all of that equals 0 because of this guy right there, right? Okay, and then let's find the zeros. Have more room here, so let's go ahead and do that on the side here. So it's going to be 0 equals x squared times x minus 1 cubed times x plus 3 to the first. So if I set all these equal to 0, if I get x squared equals 0, that's going to give me x equals 0, but it happens 2 times, so that has a multiplicity of 2. This guy gives me x equals 1 with a multiplicity of 3, and this guy gives me x equals -3, a multiplicity of 1. And you guys, you should be noticing at this point that when you're in factored form, your multiplicities match these exponents, right, that are on those factors. Okay? All right, so what does this mean? My goodness, this is going to be a crazy little question. Multiplicity of 2 bounces. Multiplicity of a 3 snakes through. And then multiplicity of a 1 goes through. Okay, so let's go ahead and do this. So what am I going to get? So my first 0 is at -3 to the left there. That's x equals -3. Then I'm at x equals 0, and then I'm at x equals 1. Okay, it's really close together, but it's okay. So let me make this a little bit bigger. My end behavior is up, up, and my y-intercept is 0. I'm already going through 0, so no big deal there. Okay, so the first thing, at -3, I go through, right? So let's go ahead and draw that. At -3, I'm going through. Okay, then I'm going to turn around, and then at x equals 0, I'm going to bounce. So I'm going to go up and then bounce right back down. Go back, and then at 1, it's going to snake through. So it's going to do kind of something like that. Sorry that they were so tight, but if you make that a little bit bigger, you can maybe see a little bit better. Does that kind of make sense? All right. And again, end behavior should have been up, up. Notice that you're up, up on both. Okay. All right, now to some of the fun ones, synthetic division. So again, make your little backwards L, right? Here, if I go x minus 2 equals 0, x is going to equal 2. And then I need to make sure that these things go down in descending order. 4, 3, 2, 1. Oh, it's missing a 0, right? So that means I don't have a x to the 0 power. I'm going to have to hold its place with a 0. So this is 6, negative 4, negative 27, 18, and a 0, right? Because it's missing. This is the x to the 4th, 3, 2, 1. It's missing that 0 part. Okay, so I have to hold its place with the 0. So let's go ahead and do this. Bringing down the 6. And then you have 2 times 6 is 12. Negative 4 plus 12 is 8. 8 times 2 is 16. Negative 27 plus 16 is negative 11. 2 times negative 11 is negative 22. 18 minus 22 is negative 4. 2 times negative 4 is negative 8. 0 minus 8 is negative 8. Okay, this is your remainder, your constant, your x squared, and your x cubed. So you're going to have 6x cubed plus 8x squared minus 11x minus 4 plus negative 8 all over what you divided by in the first place. All right, let's try number 10. So here, what goes inside the box? So again, because it says x plus 2, if you say x plus 2 equals 0, x is going to equal negative 2. You got to flip that sign. Let's make sure that we have everything. So we have 4, 3. We're missing a 2. We don't have an x squared, right? So we're missing that. So we have 4, 3. Now we have a 2, 1, and we have a 0. So we're good to go. Okay, so let's go ahead and put those in. So 7, then we have a negative 2. Then the coefficient of the x squared, this is going to be 0x squared. So I'm going to put plus 0x squared. So plus, oh, not plus, sorry. I'm going to put 0, just hold its place. Then the coefficient of x is 6, and the constant coefficient is negative 10. So let's see what that gives us. So bringing down the 7, we get negative 2 times 7 is negative 14, minus 2 is negative 16, 2 times negative 16 is 32, 0 plus 32 is 32, negative 2 times 32 is negative 64, 6 minus 64 is negative 58, negative 2 times a negative 58 is positive 116, and then minus 10, that's going to be positive 106. So this is your remainder, your constant, your x squared, and your x cubed. So my final answer should be 7x cubed minus 16x squared plus 32x minus 58 plus 106 all over what you divided by in the first place. All right, number 11, divide using long division. Okay, so let's set this guy up just like we did in like 5th grade. So this guy's going to go on the outside, so you're going to get x squared minus 3x plus 1. And this guy's going to go on the inside, so you get 5x cubed minus 13x squared minus x plus 2. Okay, and remember when we do this, we always want to look at the leading terms, right? And ask ourselves, what do I need to multiply x squared by to get 5x cubed? So that's going to be times 5x. And then when I actually multiply them, that's going to give me 5x cubed. And then 5x times negative 3x is negative 15x squared. And then 5x times 1 is positive 5x. And then we have that stupid little saying that's draw the line and change all signs. Okay, so these cancel. So then we're going to get negative 13x squared plus 15x squared is 2x squared. And then negative 1x minus 5x is negative 6x. And then we're going to bring down the 2. And we're going to do it again. Okay, what do I need to multiply x squared by to get 2x squared? Well, that's times 2. And multiply one more time. So 2 times x squared is 2x squared. And 2 times the negative 3x is negative 6x. And then 2 times 1 is 2. And then we're going to draw the line and change all the signs. And look, they all cancel, which means we do not have a remainder, so our answer is just going to be 5x plus 2. All right, and you guys, again, I'll stop it here and make another video for the next page.